today is going to be a little different than my last couple streams. It's going to be mad chill, like hella chill. Because I really want to talk to y'all just kind of about what's been going on in the mind of the crazy artist. Because, man, I've been going through a lot. Not all bad, but just balancing and, trying to make everything that I want to accomplish possible and doing it alone. That's so tough. I don't know if you're an artist or if you know any artists and can kind of relate to just having a dream and wanting to see it kind of come to fruition, of course, but really being like the only one that is consistent with it across the board. And even sometimes, needing to break your damn self as far as consistency. So I want to get into it. I actually have a couple of things on my new agenda that I have, which is kind of funny for me. But because if y'all know me, y'all know I'm very free flowing. And for one, if you're new here, welcome to Sunday Night Vibes. My name is Adrian Tripp, and I like to usually vibe out. Usually I have my guitar with me. I haven't even taken it out of the bag from my show yesterday. I just kind of been doing a lot of reflecting today on how the last show went, and also my last show last week. So my last two shows. So yeah, this live is going to be a little different. But before we get into that part, I kind of want to do some fun shit. I kind of want to look at how the rest of last night went, because I had to leave early. If you tapped into the live, what's up? Welcome back. Thank you for supporting, and I hope you enjoyed what you saw at the show. But my plan was to kind of come back and actually like watch the live stream back that the Tiny Stage actually recorded as well and posted, so that I could catch like the ending of what I had to miss, unfortunately, when I had to leave early. So I wanted to watch it together with y'all, and shout out to the Tiny Stage, because they definitely making a lot of major moves. Pretty much y'all already saw this part. I'm gonna just kind of fast forward to the part that y'all haven't seen yet. Pretty much like the middle slash end of Tatiana's performance. This girl has the best voice. She has soul that could literally revive this whole world. Like, I'm dead ass. This girl, Tatiana, she is a freaking siren. Like Carlos said it right. So let me skip forward to see where, and we're gonna get into it together.
All right, I got just a quick cover for y'all. I know y'all know this song, so sing along with me. I don't know what it is that you done to
Oh, I
me,
left right before she did this
but
song.
it's caused me to act in such a crazy way.
Mm.
Whatever it is that you do, what you do when you do to me, it's a feeling that I want to say.
Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, shout out to you, Miss Tatiana, if you are listening. You did amazing. Y'all tap in. Go to the Tiny Stages YouTube here. This is what it looks like. Go to the Tiny Stage. It's probably gonna look a little different later by the time you actually catch up with this video, but definitely go check out these performers. They're doing their thing. I'm gonna skip forward to Casual Thomas. He was the feature artist, and I want to catch a little bit of what he did too. I don't think I was gonna play the whole thing, but I'm like, you know what, y'all, I want y'all to support the Tiny Stage and give them views. So I'm just gonna give y'all some little glimpses of last night. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Y'all vibe with me. Hit a little groove, hit a little step, something. How we feeling? How we feeling? I should have drank some water before this, but we gonna get right through it. Well, man, hey, I've been down south with a fine thing. She just wanna play, let me level my game. Should be going good. She said, why change? It's all good. I've been a player since ninth grade. And nowadays I've been feeling like I can't miss. Full court shot. Swish, line them all up, I promise they ain't fucking with me. I can do this shit my whole life, it ain't up to me. Ask around, yeah, they know me in the town. Anytime I came through, they didn't know I shut it down. Know I'll be around like a boomerang. And now they tryna come and learn how I'm doing things. But baby, this a model that they can't duplicate. So if you wanna come along, I'll see you with A. I've been down south with a fine thing. Shit be going good, tell me why I changed. Tell me.
Real quick, so I just met this dude in person. Like I have been following him on social media and seeing him do his thing. I was telling him that, by the way, this man, his name is Casual Thomas, as you kind of see in the top. He was a feature artist for the whole event yesterday, and I love his energy. It's so chill and mellow. Like, I told him, I'm like, give me a little bit of that, because every time I'm about to go on stage, or at least when I start, like once it's time to go and they're like, we're live, let's do it, I get all types of calculus and shit going off in my head. I just, for some reason, it goes from like normal me to like crazy fucking, you know what I mean? So, like, his energy is amazing, and he's collaborating with so many different artists here in Dallas. Like, just the fact that he's able to keep up with it, I commend him 100-fold, because that is not easy at all. So kudos to him. I'm gonna finish this out for him.
My whole life, I've been waiting on this. My whole life, and I've been like this. My whole life, can y'all get that to me? I've been waiting on this. My whole life, and I've been like. My boy Calvin in the building. Let me give y'all a little family history lesson. Let y'all know how I got here. Hey, girl, that body is a weapon of war. But if it's normally, I got my helmet ready to storm. Look, been in the field where the mushroom forms. But I don't want nobody wins, fuck keeping the score. Hey, my great grandpa was a PO dub. So what I look like is playing about the life he loved. What I look like is playing about the life I chose. You gotta keep your eye on me, shit, I might go rogue. Hey, full of eternal conflict, trying to fight back. Telling myself it might be time for the white flag. My cousin on my mom's side got sent out of red. Said he didn't sleep till he got on the flight back. My dad was out of Europe 1989. Turns out he was living his a lot like mine. You can look me in my eyes when it's first time. Bitch, I've been a soldier, yeah, this shit is in my bloodline. My whole life. Y'all vibe with me, vibe with me. I've been waiting on this. My whole life. And I've been like this. My whole life.
And the songs that he makes, like, I think he's been dropping song after song this year too. So like, just the work ethic in general is just wild, and it's not like it's crappy music. Like, it's the quality is there, like, just phenomenal, man. Both of these artists and Kuzo. Yeah. Y'all tap in to the tiny stage. Like I said, I'm gonna let y'all go to their page. It looks like this, and watch the rest of the artists that did their thing. Um, I just wanted to at least catch a couple songs that I missed, catch a couple artists that I missed, and you know, kind of show them some love, because I feel bad that I didn't stay. I hate being that person that performs and then leaves. You know what I mean? Um, but you know, so many different things going on at the same time. I don't know what it is about October, but everybody has so many different events going on. And it's hard to balance. Man, it is. You know what? That's a good segue into kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Um, First and foremost, shout out to the Tiny Stage for providing a platform for artists like myself to come and just be great, be expressive, and just shine. Now, pretty much one of the things that I wanted to talk about is, and I'm gonna get a little vulnerable here. So, y'all, first and foremost, we listen and we don't judge, right? But I don't know, man. My biggest thing I would say for myself is I feel like I haven't really put in my 10,000 hours like I should be. And obviously, we are our own biggest critics. I get a lot of positive feedback on my performances and everything, but it's not just like it's definitely about the audience's point of view and perspective and their experience overall. But I mean, I kind of think it's also about us as artists as well. And part of what my whole brand is, the girl behind the guitar, it's to give you a glimpse of what really goes into the artist, you know what I mean, behind the music. Um, this vlog, if you will, personal brand is built around my experience as an artist and a lot of the mental struggles that I go through. You know, some of the things that have been really tough for me to talk about, I kind of subliminally I'll put it in my music or I'll talk about it on stage in a very, like I said, subliminal kind of way. And honestly, you know what? Take these headphones off because they're like noise canceling. So, yeah, I mean, my whole brand, and it's kind of ironic actually. My whole brand is built around the artist experience and opening up about just the personal struggles and the mental health of an artist, especially an artist that's like putting in overtime, double overtime, and trying to double as a corporate America person as well. And, you know, just trying to be like a legitimate artist, like the whole storyline of what it means and what it looks like to be an artist in real life in real time as you figuring things out, you know, independently at that, starting from scratch. Granted, as of right now, obviously I'm not starting from scratch per se, but you know, the reality is the journey is really tough when you're first starting out and doing it by yourself. And a lot of times it involves a lot of starting over, if you will. I can't tell you how many times I have had to start over and over and over. And honestly, I feel like currently at this moment, I'm starting over again. Like I feel like this is a whole new experience for me here on YouTube, for example. It just feels like a new, right? Like you're starting anew. And man, I don't know if you've ever like for me, I've picked up my life and completely moved states. I can't even tell you how many times. Starting before the age of 1. My whole life has literally been characterized by this journey that I have personally been on. And that journey has been amazing at times, but it's also been really rough. And there's been a lot of times where I felt like I'm alone in my struggles and things that I'm going through. Um, Not just, you know, in one way, but in a multitude of ways. And one of the hardest ways, in my opinion, is like mental, like fighting yourself sometimes, self doubt, imposter syndrome. You know, if you've been following me for a long time since the beginning, then you know that that's something that I literally struggle with still to this day. It's kind of annoying if I'm being honest with myself. Um, but it is a reality, right? And I feel like shit, you could zoom out on a macro level and look at the whole country or really the whole world and see that like we're kind of in a mental health crisis, if you will, and it's not being addressed. If anything, it's only festering and being poked at by the media and politics and like look who runs our country. Like there is a huge mental health crisis going on, and you know it's not being talked about enough. If anything, it's only being monetized. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's like, oh, meditate, uh tap into your inner zodiac or whatever the fuck, you know, crystals and shit. Like there's so many false prophets out nowadays. People are being misled, and people are so easy to just believe anything that feels like it can save them from the mundane mental strain that we all kind of face. And it's just kind of like for me as an intellectual, as someone who I like to consider myself a very deep thinker, damn near a philosopher, right? Uh, it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? And I started my brand, The Girl Behind the Guitar, to discuss not only the internal battles that I deal with personally as an artist and that we all probably can share and relate to as artists, but it's also kind of a mirror to what we're facing in the world. I don't know about you, but I believe that, and I believe it's written somewhere, that the world is kind of somewhat of a reflection of the internal. Like it's something like as it is above, so it is below, or something similar. Like I probably fudged that up. You can go look it up, but um, I believe that the fundamental issues with the world is pretty much there's like a mental health crisis, right? And until we start openly discussing these things and being more comfortable, you know, destigmatizing the fact that anxiety is a real thing, you know, not just as an artist, but as people, social anxiety. I'm sure there's a number of things. I'm not an actual mental health expert. I just want to start the conversation. But until we start that conversation, you know, things continue happening, you know. And it sounds like a stretch on the surface, but when you really think about it, you know, it goes so deep as to like why we have like mass pew pew events. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I can say on YouTube, honestly. I'm trying to monetize this video at some point in the future. But you get what I'm saying, right? If we want a lot of these things that happen, these tragedies that happen, this trauma that seems to be constant, especially in America. Like, what the hell is wrong with the country right now? I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm concerned. If we want to get to the root of a lot of that stuff, we got to start with the individual. We have to start with ourselves. And so, high key, this brand, the girl behind the guitar, you know, this is the first time I'm actually really sitting down and having a conversation with you, my audience, viewer, hopefully soon to be supporter. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, all the things. But this is the first time I'm actually brave enough to actually have this conversation and start it, you know, and you'll see my videos are going to be a little different coming up. I'll still have the same guitar videos. I'll still have the same performances, mistakes, and whatever the fucks. But I want to actually start with the deep philosophical piece of my channel that I've been like delaying for months. It's not easy talking about mental health. It's not easy putting yourself out there. It's not easy being a pioneer in something like that. And yes, I would consider myself a pioneer in a lot of things that I do because let's just be real. Like a lot of, I be biting my tongue a lot. I just bit my tongue because I ain't gonna hold you. Like everybody loves you until you actually start like speaking on your like talking your shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Like giving yourself accolades, praising yourself, and then all of a sudden people start hating on you and people start wanting to shit on it. People start wanting to say, well, she thinks she, you know what I'm saying? And so oftentimes I'll bite my tongue. Oftentimes it's kind of like you know, people that make those self-deprivating jokes. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Um I've always asked myself like why do people do that? I've been a person that does that at times. You know what I'm saying? And it's like why do people do that? And it's because people often feel the need to shrink in the presence of others that could never. If I'm gonna say it how I want to say it. For some reason as a people, and it goes down to the mental health and trauma of people, but people hold people down. People hold people down to their own limiting beliefs, to their own experiences. Like people can only certain people can only see as far as their nose, and unfortunately they bleed that trauma onto others. And so as a result, you know, they hate on people and they talk shit and talk down on people that really shine a light. And so oftentimes a lot of people like myself, you know, we kind of get groomed into believing that we're not even worth half of what we actually are. You know what I'm saying? You don't realize that you're really a star. And, you know, that shit is crazy. Really, it's a mental thing, right? Confidence and all of that. I used to be, man, it's, if I really told, if y'all saw who I really was back in the day, back in my Chi-Town days, man, a lot of people that still remember me as AKT, I was cocky as hell. Think old Kanye, right? I was cocky as hell. And then life humbled the fuck out of me. Life has a way of humbling you if you don't humble yourself, right? So that happened. Um, Maybe I'll open up a bit more about that in another video. But then all of a sudden, now I have all this anxiety and this stage fright. And, you know, I've never been a shy person. I've never been a person to even know what anxiety was, right? But now it's something that I have to battle every single time I get on stage, every time somebody presses record, every time, you know what I'm saying, it's time to go live. And it's crazy because if you've been with me or if you've seen me through my journey, you'll see the difference. Like it's borderline visible. A lot of people that don't really know me well, they can't tell, right? But a lot of people that really know me for real, they see me, they see the calculus going off in my brain, and they like, bro, what the fuck, what happened? Like you was doing so well up until this point when we hit record. You know, I'm one of them people that you gotta, don't tell me that you recording. Don't tell me that you starting. Don't even show me. Just, you know what I mean? And then get it from there type shit. I'm one of the people, I can't pose for a picture, but I can take some bomb ass pictures. You just got to take it candidly because I'm going to sit there. I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to do the awkward fucking, I don't know. But again, these are just challenges as an artist, man, that I personally go through, and I know it's a few people that do. I know it's a lot of people actually, you know, but egos and everything just get so rambunctious that we don't talk about it, and it just continues to be a thing. Speaking of anxiety and shit, right? So my last couple performances, the last one last night, honestly, If I were to ask myself how I did, I would say honestly both of my performances, the Tiny Stage and the one October 5th at Carpe Diem, neither one of them were my best shows that I've done ever. They weren't terrible. And I honestly don't know how they weren't terrible because internally I felt like, what the fuck is going on? But some of the feedback from the audience that I got was that it went really well. So they had no idea, and that's often the case. As artists, we again are our biggest critics. We get in our head. People can't tell. People only can tell what you show them, right? And I be forgetting that shit. But yesterday, I wouldn't say I had that much anxiety. What I would say is that I could tell that just some things were a bit off because one, so I performed with Dawn yesterday, and usually our chemistry is there. Usually we're in sync. We have everything lined up, whatever, whatever. But for some reason, it kind of wasn't there yesterday, and I told her this. I feel like I was probably trying to overcompensate for the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I didn't feel that same connection that we usually have. And it could be for a number of reasons, you know what I'm saying? But if you play with people and perform with people, I do have a question for you specifically. Um, how do you if you don't feel that connection with someone that you're performing with, how do you reestablish that in the moment? That's a good question for like ChatGPT or something. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna write that down. That's actually a really good question. And one of the reasons I would say that we weren't that connected was one, because we didn't meet prior. Like we literally had no idea what we were doing going into it, and I had my own idea of what I was gonna do. She probably had her own idea of what she was gonna do, and then we just never really came together in the middle. I mean, we did, because I ain't gonna hold you. It actually was a pretty dope performance in my opinion. Um, and if you didn't get to see it, I'll show you like a little clip of it here. But I think it went pretty decent. But again, I don't judge my performances solely. Like, there's two different things that I judge my performances by. One is the audience's experience, like the feedback I get from people and things of that nature. I even ask, like, what are some pros, what are some cons? What areas do you think I can improve on? Because I'm growing as an artist, um, and the feedback from people were good. It was positive, so I'm like, okay, that checks out. Then I check in with myself, right? Um, and see just how I felt in the moment. And what I'll say is I was kind of like, because I heard them kind of getting the sound correct and adjusting things in the back. And I was like, okay, they turned my guitar all the way down. And now I feel like I'm just like yelling on top of my guitar. No one can hear it. And, it was like a lot of different things going on that I was trying to kind of navigate. But other than that, I would say that I didn't feel the worst. I was just kind of like going off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? My singing, I need to definitely get back in the gym with that because I don't know. I'll either play it really, really safe or I'll go extra and be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Scare my damn self. So just getting kind of a comfortable flow and rhythm with that. But those two things usually are just for a solo performance. There's also a third criteria that I try to measure it by as well, and it's by the other people that I'm performing with. I don't know how her flow was, and I don't want anything to get misconstrued on the internet, so I'm just leave that there. But taking all of that into account and then like kind of averaging it out internally with myself just to kind of see how things went. And overall, I think it was a really decent performance. I'll show y'all a little bit of it. All right, I'm going to fast forward to when we started going. Actually, hold up, because I was like killing this one part. Hold up. Carlos was playing some notes, and I just kind of got in there. I didn't really know what notes they were, but I kind of commend myself because there was like a little crowd there, and I wasn't like scared or nothing. I was just chilling, vibing.
You're a freaking pro.
Oh, stop.
For real, no.
Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? It was in the beginning. I think it was in the beginning. Yep. Y'all catch this real quick. That was me finding it.
Holy shit, Adrian Tech is jamming with me.
I have to figure out what key it's on.
Holy shit.
Carlos is so sweet, man.
G on the third fret. You're welcome, everybody.
He is so nice.
It's fine. No.
No. She gotta know.
I think I sound
Anyways, this was pretty much just the sound check that we were doing at the moment. But let me find like a piece of the performance yesterday, cause like I said, I think it went pretty well. We was just vibing, honestly. Like, and that's the thing with me too. Like, I'm literally just a damn vibe. Like, I literally any performance that I do, it's easy to just get on stage and play karaoke with your instrumentals or your actual, like, a lot of people don't even just use the instrumentals nowadays, which I'd be like, okay. But it's easy to get on stage and do that shit. I could always just grab a mic and just sing out whatever the fuck is playing in the background. But it takes, in my opinion, it takes a little effort to actually like start from nothing and build. And that's my whole thing. That's my whole vibe. That's my whole, I guess you could say, aesthetic. I don't know. But that's literally just me in general. I like to start from nothing and create a vibe with the people there. I think that's special and not easy to do either. So here's a little glimpse of just us playing around. All right, I don't know if y'all heard that, but that was like one of the first times they turned the guitar down, and I was like, oh shit. I didn't know if it was me or what the fuck happened, but just getting the levels right and shit.
I've been practicing with this looper.
And that's another thing. The damn looper, that in and of itself is a damn challenge. But I could use more practice with that. And this is some new shit. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing with my hands. If y'all hear that percussion. But that's some new shit that I tried out to kind of keep time a little bit better, because I have zero rhythm. I'm still working on that
part. I fell in love with when I heard it. It's something that, I don't know if y'all heard of Skip Marley. It's Bob Marley's son.
Did all this talking.
The name of this cover is Calm Down. It's something that
honestly, like, sometimes I like when I do the talking and shit, but like in this moment, I feel like I could have just started singing, really.
They say, oh, you play the guitar, you should play something. So I played this, because they're so toxic. I thought we figured out how not to spill blood. I thought we figured out how to walk away. I thought we found that love was not a failure. Decided that the scene would have no way.
Yeah, I kind of messed up there. And that was be turning it down
I
because
feel
I
like
feel
my
like
voice
the.
can come up a little bit. Can y'all hear me over the guitar? And it kills me cause I get worked up and you get worked up and we get worked up for nothing. Oh, I get worked up and they get worked up and we get worked up for nothing. Hometown.
Y'all know this is like my favorite cover to play. It's kind of like my go-to cover. But that was one little song, and then what else did we do?
Most days I feel everything,
Oh, this is Dawn doing her thing.
but tonight I feel nothing. Numb to the pain. Cause if I didn't have this thing, I wouldn't know love at all. The more I see you, the more I fall. Funny, cause I established rules and you broke them all. I took the time to build up a sanctuary and you tore down my walls. Breaking my walls is your specialty. The more you dig into me, the more I surrender passionately. You found your way in again. And now it's more than sin. I've been dancing with the devil and I used to say I'd never let him win. But see, my problem is I opened the door and I let you in. And now I smell a familiar scent that I used to call home. And it's haunting me to let you kiss me and touch me. Your fingerprints are criminal. Leaving your mark on this dead scene. We are now dead things. Trying to pretend that we're living. Trying to pretend that we got breath in our lungs when we're suffocating. And now we're dancing to the tune of broken souls. And it feels good for now, but I check my heart, there's a hole.
And right here, I kind of started messing up a little bit.
Size of you, my skin turned blue. I'm lifeless. And it's all because of you. See, I'm in a place where the pain don't hurt. The tears don't fall. My heart, it barely pounds. Shit, it hardly makes a sound at all. I'm lifeless. It's sad I gotta tell the story like this, cause I fell in love with a vampire. He needs me to live and I would rather die than to be without him. What more can I give than my soul? I gave it away, I know. The tale of a fool. And only fools fall in love, so I gotta plan my next move, cause he'll be back in a minute. I can always time him with precision, forcing me in submission. See, I fell in love with a vampire. He needs me to breathe, and we became both beauty and beast, as he purposely made me bleed out the parts of me that he'd need to lead out his life. And I gave it away just to stay. See, I was gonna die anyway. He was feeding from my flesh frantically like fruit, and he said it was sweet. What a wonderful way to die to you. I've seen it, I'm loaded, I've been hit by Cupid, I'm being recruited. I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Somebody turn my guitar back up, cause that shit just went down. And I need my sound.
Yeah, so here, I don't know why I started focusing on that, but you know. Anyways, I am going to post this whole thing tomorrow. But essentially, I feel like it went pretty well. I just it was just the sound that like it kept getting either louder or quieter, and I would notice it, and then I'm like, okay, somebody needs to turn my guitar back up. But I don't know. I liked it. But there's some tweaks that I need to make, and I can't as an artist, I can't unhear it. Like y'all probably can't tell, but like me personally, it's like little things like the um timing, the vocals, like everything pretty much, in my opinion, you know, um, can be tweaked a little bit. But overall, though, I would say that that this performance was actually pretty dope, given the fact that like we kind of went in without a full game plan. Like I always have my list of um, songs that I just know that I can just pick from and pull from. But again, as a like a solo performer, it's different. When you have another person that you're performing with, then you have to make sure you're mindful and y'all kind of are in sync in a way. And you know, this one, I would say maybe we weren't the most in sync. Um, but then I also have this other one here, my other performance, which this one is the one I literally cried after this, even though I think this one went better than how last night went, if I'm being honest with myself. It's just internally how I felt. Remember, I said like I have different gauges that I judge how my performances went. When people say, "How'd your performance go?" Well, from the audience's perspective, it went well. They fucking loved it. But from my perspective internally, I wouldn't say I was in the best place. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that I have to work on that I needed to work on. But one thing that I like about just my group, you know, I call them Prolific Era. Uh, One thing about them is that, you know, at least on this day, we were all in sync in a way where, well, for the most part, we were in sync, I'll say. But like for example, Jordan, like, you know, when he saw that I needed a little bit more time to like set up the guitar piece and make sure it sounded good, he just jumped in. He was like, "Should I play here?" I'm like, "Yeah, hop on there." And we had the communication going. Me and Dre, we had the communication going. Even Dawn, like, she would see my hand. And so like little things like that, I'm learning how to communicate. Like as a solo person, you ain't gotta do that shit. You just make changes and make adjustments and do whatever the hell off the fly. But one thing I'm learning as someone that is working and collaborating with other artists now is that communication is everything. So I would say the biggest difference here versus last night is just the communication, that connection, even that eye contact. It goes pretty far. You know what I'm saying? So just some things to for me to work on with my team. But let's see how this one went. See what y'all think of this one. Oh, this wasn't my favorite part. This wasn't my favorite part only because I did this twice. I only was really supposed to do it like once.
What that sound
Somebody has sang it actually. I didn't even notice somebody has sang it. I heard someone say it, but yeah, we can skip that part. This is also a song I'm working on. I just wanted to test it out with the audience, and yeah, we gonna skip past all that shit. We gonna listen to Jordan because he sounded pretty good.
like? Watch out, 'cause this world is only about bad things. Yeah, it's about that thing, that thing, yeah. Jordan, what you got?
Only thing I would say here is that maybe I think the pace could have been a bit faster. this one, I would say we could use a bit more structure on, but I mean, the thing that I like about Jordan is that he brings that jazz. He brings the actual like borderline freeform. You know what I'm saying? It adds a different element, something that people aren't probably 100% used to. People that listen to my music. But and then this part right here, these transitions as a group, we just need to practice it a bit more. And really, just as an individual, I need to practice it a bit more. But I don't like having to, like, I told them, I was like, I'll do it twice just to make sure y'all know that we're changing it up. Because again, I want to make sure that we communicate it. But it's like, I don't know. I didn't like having to do the transitions over, like, loop them twice because I feel like they were too long, too mundane. Although this transition was still smooth as
I have a
hell.
little bit of anxiety, and I'm sure y'all can see.
Oh, blah, 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 anxiety, whatever. Let's fast forward through this shit. Even though it was a pretty big moment, like people was feeling what I was saying.
We gonna try this again. And I'm gonna start playing with myself.
Pause. Lord. Anyways, I pretty much this whole performance, I made a post. I don't know if y'all saw this, but I made a post right like maybe last week talking about how I kind of cried after this performance. I used to cry after performances that I thought I did terribly. Even if people were telling me that they liked it and this, that, and the third. Like a lot of times imposter syndrome is so deep to where it's like sometimes you feel like people just be complimenting you out of having sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've seen people do that shit, if I'm being honest. So sometimes it's like not having enough confidence in your own work and performance and practicing and all the effort and things that you've put into the show. And a lot of times, if I do have a lack of confidence in my own work and effort, it's because I know the fact that maybe I didn't practice as much as I should have. Like for example, this performance right here, we were supposed to meet at least 2 times before the show. And we met once, but that was just like the first time to get the transitions together so that everybody understands is on the same page. We were going to meet a second time just to make sure we lock it in. And both attempts at the second rehearsal got canceled last minute. And instantly I went into this performance with the wrong mindset. Like, amongst other things. Like, there were so many other things that happened this day that should not have happened the way that they did, but unfortunately we're here. I kind of already went into this performance thinking like, damn, we probably not gonna even be on the same page. It's probably gonna be a mess. I'm probably gonna. So just when you go into a performance with a negative mentality like that, how else is it gonna go but negatively? Even though again, this was a good performance on the outside looking in, but from the inside looking out, you know, it broke me down to the point where I fucking cried about it like a baby. So, yeah, that's just some gems for you there if you're an artist. And if you are an artist and can understand and relate to what it is I'm saying, you know, let me know. Even if you maybe don't catch the live during the live, catch it in the comments afterwards. Or let me know in the comments afterwards. I don't know what I'm saying. I just wanted to connect with y'all and at least kind of give y'all a bit more of the actual girl behind the guitar. Point you towards where this channel is kind of going, where I am going to get a little deeper. You know, I think it's time. I think I'm ready. I got the confidence now. We here to actually open up and talk about these real life, real world things and challenges that us artists face, man. More of like the mental side of what it takes to actually be an artist, what it takes to put on these shows, and especially if you performing like back to back to back, man, like that shit, it's a lot. It take a lot. It take a lot. Not just skill, but a lot of mental fortitude, you know. So I want to get more into the mental health side of this vlog, personal music lifestyle vlog, get more into the personal development side. Um, because honestly, I know it'll help somebody out there. Chad, I had to get out of my own way. But, anyways, I think that really cuts it for this live stream. I'm about to go get some food. I really didn't even get through this tea, but I be feeling like when I drink on stream, it's not often that I drink in front of a microphone, but I feel like y'all can hear everything. So I'll be like trying to like slowly gulp. Thank y'all for watching the live. Catch y'all next time. Peace out.